guys. I'm Lauren with Reynolds Farm Equipment. I'm going to go over this 1R 1025R tractor with you on some overview of what it is. It's a 1 series tractor, frame size, 25 horsepower, has a 120R front loader, and on the back is a 260B backhoe. And we're just going to go over some of the operation and how to operate it with you guys today. So to start the 1025R tractor, you would turn the key to on and wait for this glow plug light to go off. Once that's gone off, you can go ahead and start the tractor. So when the tractor is not in neutral, you can turn the key, it will not start. You have to have the tractor in neutral for the tractor to start. In the off position, turn it to start, wait for the glow plug light to go off, and now you hit the start, and the tractor will start. So now that the tractor is running, this is your loader lever. To raise the loader, you just pull back. To go down with the lever or the loader, you push forward on the lever. After the loader is up, to dump it, you push out on the handle. That dumps the bucket. Whatever's in the bucket will dump out. And to scoop up, you pull in on the loader handle. And the newer models, this is still a foot brake. Most of the time, you don't need to use a brake due to the hydrostatic transmission. But the emergency brake is over here on your right side, and it's a hand brake now. So you just pull that up to set your brake, push the button, and push down to release it. The 1025 is equipped with a PTO lever, power takeoff. So you can select from your rear power takeoff, or mid and rear power takeoff, or only mid, depending on if you're running a belly mower or not, or if you're running a rear implement. So that select lever is here. You can select those three positions by just moving the lever forwards and backwards to select your specific need to run. All the John Deere compact tractors 1 through 4 series are going to be a four-wheel drive tractor. This one in particular has a four-wheel drive lever on the right side here. You can push forward on it to put it into four-wheel drive, and you pull backwards on it to put it back into two-wheel drive. So once the tractor is started, and you will need to select whether you want to be in low or high in order to drive the tractor. Once you've selected high or low, then you would move to your foot pedals. So you have a forwards drive pedal, and the more you push it, the faster you go. And the same with the reverse. The more you push the pedal down, the faster you go. And as you let off the lever, it slows down and stops. So that is your forwards and reverse drive. So this is your throttle lever. Obviously, it's at an idle here, and the more you push it, that is how you rev up the tractor. Then you have your PTO switch here, which is your power takeoff. To turn it on, you push it all the way up and let off. That turns your PTO on. This is a dual actuating switch. So if you're running a belly mower or something on the rear PTO, you would have to hold this top of the button once the PTO is on to back up, or the PTO would shut off while running the unit. So the 1025R is equipped with turn signals, and that is this switch here. And then your four-ways headlights. This tractor is also equipped with LED lights on the newer models. So they have two front lights on the front of the tractor and two lights on the fenders. And you have different selections on whether you want the four ways to be on with your headlights, or only four ways, or only headlights. All right, so now I'm going to go over the attaching and unattaching of the front 120R loader on the 1025. So you would push down like you're going down with the loader. You're actually going to push down far enough that it lifts the front tires off the tractor. And you're going to unlatch this side and the other side, both sides of the loader. And now you're going to act like you're lifting the loader. You're going to pull back on the loader handle, which slowly rotates the loader down to the parking stand and lifts the loader up. So now that the loader is up off the stands, we're going to shut the tractor off. And you actually can do this from the seat, but you're going to unlatch this hydraulic handle here. It's a single point loader disconnect handle, and all hoses disconnect at the same time. And you just pull that up and stick that in your little bracket there, your holder, and that's it. Now you can back away from the tractor. Your loader is unattached. To reattach it, you would just drive your tractor back in to between the loader, hook these hoses back up. They all hook up at once. Pull that down till it latches, and just do all that in reverse. But now I'm going to push down on the loader like I'm trying to make the loader go down. Now the loader's back attached, and you're good to go do work. I'm going to go over some of the maintenance checkpoints on the 1025R. How to get under the hood. You take your key, your ignition key, push it in this little hole right here. That unlatches the hood. Once the hood's up, there's actually a little clip here that you turn and pull out, and that allows the side cover to come off. Once you've removed the side cover, that allows you to get to the air filter. You can check the air filter directly from right here, which is good to periodically check depending on how dirty of work you're doing, dusty. The oil check dipstick, it's going to be right here, which you can actually get to the dipstick without taking the side cover of the tractor off. And then you've got your fuel filter here on this side, and obviously the drain plug is on the bottom side of the oil pan. So on the front end here, we have the radiator, the cooling overflow tank. On the front of these, there's a screen that you can remove that this catches grass and bags and all kinds of stuff. So you can pull that out and clean that out. That'll help to keep the radiator clean by keeping that clean. You've got your radiator tank fill spot here, but you actually fill it here in the overflow tank. You want to make sure that it's got a cold and a low area where you would fill that on to follow those specifications on the tank to keep your radiator, your coolant fluid at the right level. So this is the 260V backhoe that we run on the 1023E and the 1025R. I'm going to go over how to attach and unattach the backhoe attachment at this time. So first, the outrigger arms here, those are latched up here. So you lift the latch, and you run those down on both sides. You don't want to make them completely touch the ground, but real close. Once you've got both outrigger arms down, you're going to raise up on the backhoe, boom here, and then lower that down, unlatch that there, lower this down to the ground, and actually lift the backhoe up just a little bit. Then on each side, there's a couple pins with a rod in them, and all you're going to do is pull those and slide those out. And you can get to both of those from one side. Now, once you've got the pins out, you're going to take your boom lever, and you'll release the pressure on that, and it's going to rock the backhoe up out of the bottom hooks, which we'll show you here in a little bit. And now you shut the tractor off. And on this side over here, we have the hydraulic hoses, and we're going to have to unhook those and hook the tractor sides back into each other. So these are the hydraulic hoses on that attached from the tractor to the backhoe. You're going to want to unhook these hose from one, and this hose, and the tractor side has to hook back together. Once that's hooked back together, now you can start your tractor and drive away, and then you can put your 3-point arms back on and use your rear implements other than the backhoe. If you don't get this hose hooked back up, you will not have power to your 3-point arms. So that's important to get hooked back up. And then as you hook back up to the backhoe, you'll just have to shut the tractor off to get these hoses unhooked and hook them back up to the backhoe to hook it back up. So now that we have the hoses hooked back up on the between the tractor and the backhoe, we're gonna we're gonna push out on the lever here, which is gonna rotate the backhoe back into the lower hooks. You're gonna go ahead and just keep going so that raises that backhoe up. That should align these holes for these pins to go back in. And we'll put those back in on both sides, and that will reattach the backhoe to the tractor. Now that those are in, you can take the weight off the tractor, and your backhoe is hooked back up and ready for operation. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the 3-point arm actuator, the lever here. So if you move this down, that actually lowers your rear 3-point arms, and you can adjust this little stop here. So say if you have a box blade or a land plane or a rotary cutter, you can adjust how low that's going to lower down by adjusting this. So you only lower down to this spot. But this arm here is what controls your 3-point arms. Okay. As I raise the lever up, goes up, push it back down, go lower down. This right here is a box blade attachment for a small compact tractor. It has the 4 tines on it. A lot of people use these for grading their gravel driveway, but they're also known to use for like moving dirt around behind the tractor or leveling off dirt piles or whatever. But they're very handy tools. They're used similar to land planes, but some people like the box blades better than the land planes, or vice versa. So, but it has teeth that are adjustable, so you can use it. You can adjust these down to a deeper depth, so you can till the dirt up and break it up before you level it out. So I'm going to show you how to hook up a rear box blade. So I actually have the tractor in neutral, and just so I can show you this to make it a little easier. But there's not really anything easy about hooking up the 3-point arms this way. Kind of got a main into it. But that's if this was not on the pavement, if it was in the grass or the gravel, you would have to move the tractor around a lot more to get those hooked up. You've got the 3-point arm hooked up to make a clip here that goes in, and that holds your arm from coming off. You'll have to do that on both sides. These just flip up. Have your lower 3-point arms hooked up on both sides. You're gonna unlatch the 3-point top link, clip that holder in, and so you can see this is adjusted out way too long for where this needs to be. So you actually want to turn it from the center turnbuckle here, and spin that in to adjust that to the right level, so we can hook this top pin in. That way it evenly adjusts both ends of these threads. Ooh. And once you get that adjusted right, you can put your top pin in, and now you're ready to go do some box blading. So this is a lot more efficient option. This is what we call an eye match. It's a quick hitch for the rear of John Deere tractor to hook up to another implement. Instead of having to hook up 3 points with your 2 lower arms and your upper arm, and once you hook the eye match onto the tractor, you can hook up several different implements with just this eye match, and you can do it from sitting in the seat with like a box blade or land plane or things like that. If you have a rotary cutter or a tiller, you may have to get off to hook up the drive shaft or the PTO shaft. But other than that, this makes it way quicker and easier, and we'll show you how to do that. So the cool thing about an eye match, I raised up the 3-point arms all the way up. You can unlatch it from sitting in the seat. Now you're ready to hook up. They just lower this down. Raise it up. Close your latches. Now you're ready to go work. That's how quick and easy hooking up with the eye match is. So if you're ready to unhook it, just unlatch these levers, lower it down. Quick and easy. The John Deere iMatch, it's something you can buy at your local John Deere dealership. We sell it here at Reynolds Farm Equipment. This makes a very quick and efficient way of hooking and unhooking to your attachments that you might have, such as a box blade grader or land plane or tiller or rotary cutter or whatever. But this makes it so you can hook and unhook from the seat of your tractor and latch these latches here is all it takes to hook and unhook from the implement that you're hooking up to.